I'm sorry.
Unapologetic.
I'm not trying to talk about him.
Unlike anyone else.
But knowing y'all
will probably make me.
This is the Stephen A. Smith Show.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the latest edition of the Stephen A. Smith Show, coming at you as I love to do every weekday from 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over the airways of Sirius XM Mad Dog Sports Radio, Channel 82. Number to call up, as always, is 888 Mad Dog 6. That's 888-623-3646. Once again, it's 888 Mad Dog 6, 888-623-3646. Of course, you can always leave me a voicemail message by going to SiriusXM.com/GetSerious. That's SiriusXM.com/GetSerious in order to leave me a voicemail message in the event that you're not able to get me on the line live. I'm not in a very good mood. For several reasons. One of them being my New York Yankees on the brink of elimination, about to go home because of some inexplicable stuff that's going on. You're Aaron Boone. You're the manager of the New York Yankees. In fairness, who most New Yorkers do not like. Okay? Most New Yorkers think it's time for a change. I'm not going to do that to the man, but I got to admit, I was tempted to after watching him last night. The hell you pull out Max Fried for? I understand he was struggling with the batters, but hell, he had more energy through 102 pitches. Crochet for the Boston Red Sox was flat out balling, shutting them down. Why are you going to take out the dude that didn't allow any runs for you either? Why would you do that? Especially when the Red Sox have been having their way with you. They're 10-4 against you on the season now. They're 6-2 against you at Yankee Stadium. They've been having their way with you, and you finally got one hand up on them, and you're going to take Max Fried out? I know there's some people that would agree with that decision, but damn it, I don't. I don't. Okay? And then, to get him out of the game, and to give up the double to Bregman, to give up runs all over the place, ultimately wasting Fried's effort. All of that was bad enough. But then when I think about you even starting the game and you're benching Chad Chisholm. Chad Chisholm, what are you doing? This is the guy that helped get you there. This is the guy that helped get you there. And then you're sitting up there and you're going to have him on the bench. And you don't bring him in the game until the 8th inning just because Rosario, some kid I met, Rosario, had 6 hits and 9 at-bats against Crochet in his career. Who gives a damn? This is the postseason. Don't deviate. Don't overthink. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. Don't try to get all new and try to showcase what you bring to the table from a managerial standpoint. Just let him play. Just let him play. But that's not what happened. And the Yankees ended up losing 3-1 to the Boston Red Sox. They're down 1-0 in this best-of-3 series. They got game 2 tonight. And if the Yankees lose, they're going home. It's over. Now, I've teased people about them in New York City, so you know I run into Mets fans all the time, teasing them. You can't even get to the postseason. Got a $340 million payroll, can't get to the postseason. With Soto, with Lindor, with Nimmo, with Alonso. You can't get there because you got pitchers that can't get out of the third damn inning. Yes, the Yankees are in the postseason, but we all know the road to prosperity in the American League is far different and less arduous than it is in the National League. Phillies ain't in the American League. Dodgers ain't in the American League. Brewers ain't in the American League. Padres ain't in the American League. Cubs ain't in the American League. And with a 15.5 game lead in June, with a 10 game lead ahead of the Cincinnati Reds, you lose it. So I'm laughing at the New York Mets. To New York Met fans, in comparison to my New York Yankees, but then they come back with a simple saying, hey man, y'all only gonna play a few more days than us. Because the Yankees ain't gonna make it out of the week. Unless somehow, some way, cats show up tonight. Which I don't know necessarily is going to happen. And it's just absolutely, positively sickening. Among 6 American League playoff teams in head-to-head competition during the regular season, the Yankees had the worst record at 19-25. Being chastised for being called the Bronx Bullies or whatever. I mean, this is bad. And now we got game 2 tonight. Rodon, he's going to be on the hill. He's a lefty. So Boston's going to stack up their lineup with their right-handed hitters. Rodon, 18-9, 3.09 ERA, tied for the American League in wins behind teammate Max Fried. But against the Red Sox this year, he's 1-2 with a 5.74 ERA in 3 starts. And last year in the postseason for the Yankees, he was 1-2 with a 5.60 ERA in 4 starts. So in other words, the Yankees are showing you something during the regular season that they're not showing in the postseason. And at some point in time, look, I'm not asking for Brian Cashman to be fired or anything like that. I appreciate the job that he's done. But it's been since 2009 that you won a World Series. That's 16 years. That's not something we're accustomed to as New York Yankee fans. So I'm not happy. I'm having a very, very bad day. Okay? And I'm looking for some silver lining, some hope at the end of the road. And then I'm thinking about this. You're down. But you got the bases loaded. And Aaron Judge was one of those dudes that smacked the single to center field. And you got the bases loaded. And Stanton, somehow, someway, yet again, strike out. Right down the pike. Swung, come on. Chisholm, but you kept him on the bench. So what did you really, really expect from him? Grisham, he struck out again. And who took him out? Aroldis Chapman, of all people, a former Yankee. Oh, Lord, it made me sick. But I'm going to try to be cool. I'm not happy right now because I'm sensing the end. I'm not happy. And once again, Yankees that you need to show up don't show up when it's counted most. Aaron Judge. Tonight, Yankees are going against Brayan Bello. That's who they're going against. Against him, Aaron Judge is 2 for 21, a 0.095 batting average with no home runs and 8 strikeouts. Lifetime against Bello. And I'm supposed to be excited about this tonight. Damn it! 888 Mad Dog 6 is the number. Call this 888-623-3646. You know, I got to tell y'all something. I can't wait to see the Phillies play. I can't wait to see the Brewers play. Padres already lost game 1 of the Cubs. I get all of that. Because what I want to see in the National League is somebody who convinces me that they're going to be able to challenge the Dodgers. Did y'all see Shohei Ohtani last night? My God. This dude, I can't believe how good he is. I really, really can't. And listen, I got love for Teoscar Hernandez. I love that brother. I love his swag. But did you see that shot? It was 2 home runs. Both of them smacked 2 home runs last night. They was up 8-0 on the Cincinnati Reds before the Dodgers bullpen showed signs of, you know how they are. They can make things too interesting at times. But did you see that shot Shohei Ohtani hitting the 6th inning, 450-plus feet? Do you see this man? And I'm not sure any of us appreciate how big he is. This brother is special. Just special. And Shohei Ohtani just spectacular. Clearly is going to win the National League MVP. It's not going to go to Schwarber. It's going to go to him. When you see this kind of stuff, what do you say? I think Schwarber's going to smack a home run too, but I'm just saying. What are you going to say? And then you look at the Dodgers right now. It's Freeman. It's Betts. It's Hernandez. It's Ohtani. What you going to do with him? What you going to do with him? What are you going to do with him? I just can't see. I'm starting to roll with my man Harold Reynolds from the MLB Network when he talked about how he just can't see anybody beating the Dodgers, who led the National League in runs and home runs during the regular season, by the way. And Otani and Hernandez won a combined 5 for 10 with 4 home runs and 7 RBIs yesterday. 1 through 5 hitters in the lineup: Otani, Betts, Freeman, Muncy, and Hernandez. Good Lord have mercy. And Blake Snell was no joke either. 7 strong innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 9 strikeouts, 1 walk. I mean, oh, by the way, Otani will be on the mound too. I mean, what do you do? What do you do? 888 Mad Dog 6 is the number. Call us 888-623-3646. You're listening live to the Stephen A. Smith Show, Sirius XM, Mad Dog Sports Radio. I got a different story to get to because, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's important that y'all hear this. It involves the WNBA. And I'm going to tell you why. Because we've never seen, I don't recall ever seeing a professional athlete call out a commissioner. I've heard people criticize Goodell, David Stern, God rest his soul. Very few criticisms about Adam Silver, of course. Hockey players with Gary Bettman. Baseball players with Rob Manfred. We even heard news that Bryce Harper got in Rob Manfred's face, telling him to get the hell out of their locker room in Philadelphia before Manfred was like, who the hell you think you're talking to? We even heard about these things, but we've never seen it publicly where you step out and you give a statement basically against the commissioner. I mean, that's what Nafisha Collier did with WNBA commissioner Kathy Engelbert, okay? And rather than me get into it, you know, obviously, Nafisha Collier from Minnesota Lynx, they get eliminated from the postseason. We know that. She's talking about the league office, and you was thinking that she was just going to complain about the refs and all this stuff. She took it a step further. Let's listen to sound number 1 with Nafisha Collier talking about the league and no accountability in the league office. Take it away.
The real threat to our league isn't money, it isn't ratings, or even missed calls, or even physical play. It's the lack of accountability from the league office. Since I've been in the league, you've heard the constant concerns about officiating, and it has now reached levels of inconsistency that plague our sport and undermine the integrity in which it operates. Whether the league cares about the health of the players is one thing, but to also not care about the product we put on the floor is truly self-sabotage. Year after year, the only thing that remains consistent is the lack of accountability from our leaders.
Very strong statement. But ladies and gentlemen, she wasn't finished. Play sound number 2, please, of her talking about ref issues with Commissioner Kathy Engelbert and what she heard in response. Listen to this.
The league has a buzzword that they've rolled out as talking points for the CBA as to why they can't pay the players what we're worth. That word is sustainability. But what's truly unsustainable is keeping a good product on the floor while allowing officials to lose control of games. Fans see it every night. Coaches, both winning and losing, point it out every night in pregame and postgame media. Yet leadership just issues fines and looks the other way. They ignore the issues that everyone inside the game is begging to be fixed. That is negligence. At Unrivaled this past February, I sat across from Kathy and asked how she planned to address the officiating issues in our league. Her response was, well, only the losers complain about the refs.
That was sound number 2. Wait till you hear sound number 3 when she brings up Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Listen to this.
I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. And in that same conversation, she told me players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them. That's a mentality driving our league from the top. We go to battle every day to protect a shield that doesn't value us. The league believes it succeeds despite its players, not because of them.
Did you know the league Unrivaled, that new professional 3-on-3 basketball league for the women? Did you know that that was launched by Nafisha Collier and Breanna Stewart last year? Is entering year 2. I bring that up because Nafisha Collier brought it up, explaining the difference between her husband running Unrivaled and Kathy Engelbert running the WNBA. Listen to this.
I have the privilege of watching my husband run a league where he has to balance 100 different things at once. I won't pretend the job is easy, but even with all of that on his plate, he always takes the time to reach out to players when he sees an injury, whether it's unrivaled or even during the WNBA season. That is what leadership looks like. It's the human element. It's basic integrity, and it's the bare minimum any leader should embody. This year alone, I've gotten calls, texts, and well wishes from so many players across the league. Those moments remind me that sometimes there are things bigger than the results than this game we play. But do you know who I haven't heard from? Kathy. Not one call, not one text. Instead, the only outreach has come from her number 2 telling my agent that she doesn't believe physical play is contributing to injuries. That is infuriating, and it's the perfect example of the tone-deaf, dismissive approach that our leaders always seem to take.
Last but not least, there had to be a reason why she felt compelled to make this public statement. Let's hear from her as to why that was.
I've finally grown tired. For too long, I have tried to have these conversations in private, but it's clear there is no intention of accepting there's a problem. The league has made it clear it isn't about innovation, it isn't about collaboration, it's about control and power. I've earned this platform and I've paid the price to get here, and now I have a responsibility to speak on behalf of the fans and everyone in this league that deserves better. Our leadership's answer to being held accountable is to suppress everyone's voices by handing out fines. I'm not concerned about a fine. I'm concerned about the future of our sport. At some point, everyone deserves to hear the truth from someone who I hope has earned the benefit of the doubt to fight for what is right and fair for our athletes and our fans. We have the best players in the world. We have the best fans in the world. But right now, we have the worst leadership in the world. If I didn't know exactly what the job entailed, maybe I wouldn't feel this way. But unfortunately for them, I do. We serve a league that has shown they think championship coaches and Hall of Fame players are dispensable, and that's fine. It's professional sports. But I will not stand quietly by and allow different standards to be applied at the league level.
Ladies and gentlemen, I listened to that sound on several occasions over the last few hours. And I came to a conclusion. The commissioner of the WNBA, Ms. Kathy Engelbert, needs to resign immediately. She needs to hand in her resignation. I'm going to tell you exactly why I feel so strongly that she needs to resign in just a minute, because it is not about what Nafisha Collier said about her. Her response is why she should hand in her resignation. I'll explain what I mean in just a minute. You're listening live to the Stephen A. Smith Show. Sirius XM Mad Dog Sports Radio, 888 Mad Dog 6 is always the number to call up. That's 888-623-3646. Your calls, my explanation as to why that resignation is necessary. And of course, some more baseball, some more football stuff as well to get into. I'm just getting started. SiriusXM.com/GetSerious is where you can send in your voicemail. That's SiriusXM.com/GetSerious. And of course, 888 Mad Dog 6 is the number to call up, 888-623-3646. More of your calls right here to your boy, Stephen A. In just a minute. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here with you until 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's get it.